build series, and I didn't go over anything talking about the budget on the car, and that kind of defeats the whole purpose. To recap, I guess, so this car had been sitting dead since 1996. I bought it cheap for $400. It was a trash car. It was full of mice. It had a V6 that didn't run, and it was just really garbage. I worked a couple of different trade deals with my friends for the motor, radiator, tranny, and the majority of the exhaust. And I was able to get this car up to the point where it runs, drives, stops, and has a V8 for surprisingly cheap money. So, $400 car. I spent $292 on nickel and dime things. That includes hardware, fluids, nuts, bolts, just small items to get it going. Pipe plugs, just little stuff. I spent $150 on the Posy rear end that's in the car, which isn't very good to be expected for $150. I spent $366 on Rock Auto. That's calipers, pads, hoses, master cylinder, the springs to lower the car, sway bar, emanate. That's all included in there. I spent $126 on eBay on a pre-bent brake line kit for the car. I spent $75 to my buddy on the larger sway bar and the quick ratio steering box. And I spent $35 through JEGS on an AC delete panel, and that all adds up to $1,444. The car also has a set of seats in it that I paid, I believe, $200 for a long time ago that were for a different car, so $1,600. Also, the wheels and tires, I never addressed those. These are kind of mismatches that I got for free by helping someone clear out their yard. So, not a lot of money, and this should be a pretty decent performer. Now, it might not be roadworthy, but in getting it up to this point, I've learned what some of the next steps that I need to do on the car. So, it needs grills, it needs headlights, the car needs valve covers and gaskets because they leak. It's also got a misfire, which I believe is also from the leaking valve cover gasket. So it needs a full tune-up. The rear brakes are not fully hooked up, and it needs the floors repaired. But some of the work that's going to be going on in future episodes of this car are more so advanced stuff and not really geared towards a beginner entry-level car. If you're going to do a car on a budget build, or this was your first build, I'd highly suggest starting with a car that's a little bit better than this. I do highly suggest starting with a rough car because it's going to teach you everything. It's basically a college education in cars by starting with the worst car. Lots of people ask me, hey John, how'd you learn how to do that? How'd you learn how to build that or this or whatever? And basically, I just got the worst cars that I could and I started working on them. It's a great way to do it, and it's a great way to build something without investing a lot of money. My drift car that I ran for years and doing burnout contests and stuff with wasn't really all too different than what this car is. And I have a strong focus and hope on gearing more towards doing a lot of driving with this car because that's really what they're for. So in the future, like I said, we're going to be upgrading this car and making it more of a race-ready machine. But up until this point, I want to show you can still build a budget car. It's forward, it's got all new brakes, new lines, V8 swap. It sounds awesome. It's ready to do burnouts for $1,600. So, get up and build something. Thanks for watching.